very much, mate.
No worries, mate. You're right.
Yeah. Got any podcasts you on the radio?
Oh, it's been a... No. It's pre-podcasting days. Pre-then.
Yeah, absolutely. What can't this man do? Every job in his house. You've got to borrow a hat so you can see. You need to borrow a hat so you can see nothing else.
Nah, we're just going to say stand.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Welcome to TIO Oval 2. You're watching the NTFL, the AFL&T's coverage of the 2021 TIO NTFL season. It's the Division 2 preliminary final between Banks and Nightcliff. First versus second, so many would have thought this would be the grand final, and both sides obviously have everything to play for today. I'm Will Zwar, and with me is Luke Smith. Full disclosure, I'm wearing a Banks top, and Luke's in the green and gold of Pints. How are you today, Luke?
Yeah, going very well. Excited for the game. Should be a serious contest.
And we were just talking about the last or the times that the teams have played so far this year. Officially, according to the ladder, it's one win to Banks and nothing to Pints. But we obviously had that draw. I think it was about round 7 where Pints came out of the blocks and were about 50 points up before wet weather called off the game. Two very different games throughout the year. What do you think will happen today?
Yeah, I think the two games that we've had, so both sides get ahead. The Thunder and Lightning paused one. I think today will be a genuine 50-50 contest. I'm having a very hard time calling it. I think the two black flanks will be really important. There's Ethan Smith for Pints at the centre half back. There's Liam Ogilvie-Mitchell at centre half back for the Banks Football Club. I think those two will be really influential in setting up rebound plays, and should be a genuinely strong contest.
Yeah, I think we've got a cracker on our hands today, as we said. Preliminary final, first versus second. So many would have thought this would be the granny. The winner will take on Jabiru for the premiership next week, and the loser, it's the end of the season. Let's see how we go. We'll have Banks kicking towards left of screen and Pint towards right. And it's Lockie Svern with the first hit out of the game. St Jack hits the deck. He'll get a free kick for holding the ball. No, it'll go Pint's way.
That's Joey Smith, called for holding the man. He'll get the ball moving out of the centre.
Plays on and he kicks it forward.
Sam Gibson with the crumb at the front of the pack, hands to Liam Page.
Free kick for holding the ball will go the way of Brody Vick. You can just about see the sun reflecting off his dome there. He moves forward and goes to Liam Ogilvie-Mitchell. Loma, as we like to call him at the kennel. He's got a booming foot. That's no exception. Goes to Aaron Natman. Overcooks it there.
Rossi Billius with the crumb at the back of the pack. Comes out the back to Robert Kenzie, who finds hands to Joe Thompson.
Some good pressure there from Scott Goetz.
Manages to find the boot, and it's locked up.
So we'll have a ball up in Banks forward 50. I think 12 trees in the ruck, but Pints get the hit out down. Fumble comes out. Now out to Tyler Vick.
Good smother by Ethan Smith at the back, who sends it out wide looking for Peter Caldo.
A lot of pressure there from Dwayne Hamlin. Working.
Pushed forward to Joe Smith, who kicks it off the ground and finds Liam Page. Bit scrappy out there.
Tyler Vick goes back to Brody Vick. He works it forward now for Banks, but straight down the throat of a Point player.
It looks like Connor Mile who sends it forward. It's a bit of kick to kick.
Now Svern goes inboard to Tyler Vick. He's had a couple of touches early. Comes out wide to Jacob Shaper. He's got wheels. As you can see with those red boots, if he can move, he'll go quickly to the lead of Sontag.
Cut off by Joey Thompson, and Ethan Smith with the pick up again. And release.
Sontag gets the ball, hands it out to Natman, almost held without it. And tackle.
Oh, Ethan Smith breaks the tackle. Ooh, and
King
called for
folding
holding the ball.
So it will be Chris Kickett, the Banks captain, taking the kick. Now it'll be Jacob Shaper with a short kick forward to Geordie Smith. He was all by himself. He assesses options forward. Got a short lead from Natman, doesn't like that. Dougie Goats making a lot of movement. He'll go to the hot spot instead. Nick 12 Trees jumped, couldn't take the mark.
Held up again by Ethan Smith, takes the mark in the centre back line. He finds a release through Robert Kenzie into the back pocket. Short option to Samuel Gibson at the top of the 50. Works it down the line. That's a neat kick to Joe Thompson. Sends it inside forward 50 into space.
First to it will be David Astalosh. Lelouch gets a grubber along the ground. And you get a free kick for being hit late and be paid downfield. St Jack goes forward. He finds Ogilvy Mitchell. Kicks across ground to Hamlin. Hamlin plays on. Goes down that far side. Goes through to Roach. Kicks it off the ground. And Nick 12 Trees sits perfectly for him. Goes to the goal square. Natman tried to work his body but couldn't. And Pints rebound well.
Good release. It's held at the top of the square by Jack Murray, who finds the short option in Sam Gibson and goes wide out to Mitch Stevens. Mitch Stevens has got a lot of space out here to work with.
St Jack applying pressure. Not a great kick inboard from Stevens. Ogilvy Mitchell comes out to Smith. Smith with a quick kick out to kick it. And that's just gone, I reckon that's gone about 16 metres, that one. But he's marked it. He'll hold it up and look what he can do. Now he goes to Shaper. He uses those wheels to get some space. He'll go back now. Looks what he's got forward. Goes to Natman, but he's butchered it and it's gone down the throat of a Pints defender.
Yeah, cut off again by Ethan Smith, who's getting lots of it back there. Umpire's keeping busy. Just getting him back behind the mark here. Short options, direct and neat to Jack Murray.
Had to work for it. Made Stevens work for it as well.
Samuel Gibson with the crumb. Looks at the back to Joe Thompson. Gets hands off to Samuel Gibson, who goes up the line to Mitch Stevens.
Great pressure there from Slug Watson.
Release kick by Mitch Stevens. Heads up the wing.
There's Lorraine, gets it to Svern. Svern breaks one tackle, gets it on the boot, goes forward to Natman and Sontag. But there's Pints numbers on the ground and they take possession.
Oh, Rossi Billy is called for holding the ball inside 50. That looks like it's going to Aaron Natman.
Great tackle there from Nelson Sontag. He's played earlier in the year and he's come back for a couple of weeks, hopefully of finals footy. But he'll be lining up from about 50 out by the time he kicks it on a 45-degree angle. So Sonny walks in. Kicks towards goal.
Straight.
And they like that one. First blood goes to Banks. They lead by 6 points here in the first quarter of the preliminary final. A pretty even contest so far, Luke. It's sort of been a bit more up Banks' end of the ground, but only the one opportunity on goal, and it's come from a free kick. Aside from that, it's been hasn't been too chaotic, too much pressure, but it hasn't been free-flowing either.
Absolutely. I think both defences are looking quite strong at this stage. Plenty of turnovers at either end, as both clubs are working it pretty well through the middle.
Ball goes up now. Neither ruckman got a hit out.
Shane Williams with the short chip kick
Good
out.
pressure from Barrett Johnson. Now goes to Tyler Vick. He works it forward. Natman the target. But again, Pints defenders standing up tall. Natman roves it, kicks towards goal. Too much on it, and it's a behind.
So Luke Howson looking for the ball, getting ready to take the kick out. Has he missed everything? Looks like he's missed a lot.
He has missed a lot. A rare blemish for Natman.
Long left boot by Howson up the line. 12 trees.
Good mark by 12 trees. There's a mighty force out there. Goes forward. Misses the target. And again, plenty of Pints numbers around the ball on the ground. They work it out to the boundary line. Not sure what's holding up play here, but umpire's called a no. We'll have a ball up in that forward pocket. Comes in now.
Tap went straight down in front and a release kick for Pints, but not getting far. Just finding the boundary outside, forward 50 for Banks Bulldogs.
Yeah, drop mark there that they probably should have held on to. They've gotten it out of the danger zone. Ball comes up now. Play slowed up a little here. It's a free kick going
Nick 12 trees
Pints
or
direction.
no, Shane Williams for a ruck infringement against 12 trees.
Goes long. 2-on-1 contest there. And Buckets Lorraine out there. Gains some meterage, but it's out on the
Scrappy off
full.
boot. Yeah, on the full. No, that must have been out by contact because we're having a throw up here. Again, Williams v 12 trees in the ruck.
Trees gets very strong and deliberate hit out. Doesn't find anyone yet. Tommy Pemberton gets a boot to ball. And he goes to ground on it. Umpire calls for a ball up in the middle of the ground. Craig Watson finds himself at the bottom of the pack there. Tyler Vick also using his body. And yeah, after a pretty free-flowing first minutes, it's definitely slowed up the last little bit, Luke.
Yeah, it's been held up in the contest a bit. Plenty of balls up. There's another ruck infringement here against Nick 12 trees going Shane Williams' way again. So I suspect this will be a long, deep ball because he's got a booming kick, this man. That's exactly that.
Kick. Good mark by Luke Tyrrell, playing coach today. Finds Keegan Lee Millshorn, the double hyphen. He goes out wide to Watson. Watson goes down the line to the run of Roach. Trees and Roach work together.
I think that's a good result for Pints, who had the out.
Gee, they're getting into it on that far flank, aren't they?
Yeah, there's a bit going on.
It's a prelim final, boys. No one wants to miss next week. Ball comes up. Trees again with the hit out. But Pints.
Jake Prowse has got the crumb and he sends it forward for Pints. And finds another Pints man who sent it inside forward 50 looking for Liam Page. It's just out in front of him at the moment. He's got the 2-on-1, so he's in trouble here.
Good work from Brody Vick and Josh Bond last there.
Oh, well held on to. Found Liam Ogilvie-Mitchell in the back pocket.
Work it forward. Buckets Lorraine the target. It goes straight down the throat of a Pints player.
Looks like Jack Murray on the far side. Sends it back in. But finds
Bondy, Josh Bond takes it. He goes out wide again to Brody Vick. Those two working together again. got St Jack long. He'll go to him on the back flank. He's made to work for it.
Joe Thomas finds the ball and just throws it on the boot to get it forward. Gets a favourable bounce for Tom Marmo competing there. Ball spills out over the line and we'll have a ball up.
So we can feel the pressure building. It feels like one side or the other is just going to break away here. Just depends who it'll be. Svern gets the hit out there, taps it to his own advantage, but can't get the advantage. Puts some pressure on the kicker. Pemberton now with the ball. In fact, it's Luke Tyrrell. There he goes to Bond. Bond goes to Vic. Vic across ground.
He's found Liam Page.
Succumbs to the pressure.
Out.
Johnson to Shaper to Smith.
That's
Smith.
a good step.
His kick was smothered. Tyler Vick will put attack on the ball.
Joe Smith running through.
There goes the double hyphen.
Joe Thompson with a short kick. And man was held after the tackle. Player thought he marked it but was tackled. This looks like Samuel Grant.
Howie, get it back line.
Sam Grant's missed a bit of football this year, but he's quite a good shot at goal. One of Pints' leading goal kickers last year. So Sam Grant lines up from 50. Kick looks straight. That's straight through the middle. That's a goal to Pints Football Club. And we're tied up at 6-6.
You two blokes too old there, Nick.
So both goals so far coming from free kicks, Luke. Interesting start to the game. Obviously we saw a bit of flow early and it's really held up these past sort of 10 minutes or so. No team can really seem to get a break. Both teams have sort of promised, but nothing's really been delivered. And at 6-6, it doesn't really feel like either team's ahead of the other.
No, absolutely. I think they're matching each other's pressure. There's not much time out there for any player holding the ball. Lots of tackling, lots of balls up. See if things open up as the day progresses.
Svern's again with the hit out.
Finds Jack Murray at the back of the pack, who slaps one forward.
Shaper will be first to it. No, he won't.
Lucky bounce for Sam Gibson, who pulls it out. Finds Ned McConnell, who gets it back out in front of himself with the crumb, but pressure chasing from behind.
Ogilvy Mitchell with his booming kick finds Roche. Gets to his advantage. He plays on and kicks. Possibly could have held up a bit more. Finds Goats.
Great
work from the point
Jake
player.
Krause there. And he's got a late hit and got a downfield kick. Strong contest from Pints there. Finds Sam Gibson, who's no one's on the mark, so he's having a run. And sends it deep inside forward 50. Looking for Brent Kern, but 2-on-1. Strong mark by Banks.
Luke Tyrrell there. He plays on, goes out wide. Banks now working the ball down the field. Tyler Vick in Paddock space again. He'll work it forward, but only had Pints players to kick to, and again probably just could have looked forward and held on for a bit longer before he executed. He's turned it over and Pints working forward now.
We've got Ethan Smith at the back of the square, who looks out wide, looking for Jimmy Marshall. Finds him, but having to work for it. Gets it up the line and finds Lachlan King.
They got players on.
He's got Joe Smith up the line. Pushes him wide, makes him work a little, but he gets there. Snap around the corner. Looking for Ned McConnell. It's out in front of him. Nigel Block with a short chip kick over the top. Looking for Peter Caldo, but intercepted by.
It's Adam Lorraine there. Tougher players of a tough side.
Gets out the back to Lockie King. And there's a downfield free for a late hit on Lockie King. I think that was against Liam Ogilvy Mitchell.
Not great discipline early from Banks. They've given away a few not needed free kicks off play.
Lockie King's been a great player for Pine Football Club. Drives up from Catherine every week. Consistent inputter and great man to have around. We've got the coaching player, John Kenzie, with the ball. He's got a good left foot. Previously won a league medal. I think he's pulled that one.
Yeah, just had a bit much on. Didn't look like it came off the boot quite right.
And we've got a behind.
So Pints move to 1 goal, 1-7. Leading Banks 1 goal. He had to kick it behind on 6. With 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter here at TAO Oval 2 for the preliminary final. Looks like it'll be Luke Tyrrell kicking in. He plays on from fullback. No one really on the mark. Overcooks the kick to Buckets Lorraine. They'll work it forward now with Shaper.
Oh, he's held
possession.
and he's dropped the ball. That's a holding the ball free kick. And it's Peter Caldo just outside 50. He'll be looking for a short target, I suspect. And he finds one, John Kenzie, inside 50. See if he's improved after his side. No, he looks for the handoff to Sam Gibson. Sam Gibson with the long right boot. Looks straight. Goal umpire didn't move. And it's a goal. Great kick from Sam Gibson.
So Pint move out to a 7-point lead. 2 goals, 1-13. They lead Banks 1 goal, 6. Sorry, that's 1 goal for a total of 6 yet to score behind. And there's just over 90 seconds left in the first quarter here. Pints just muscling their way to the top in these late stages of the quarter. Banks wouldn't want to give up another goal. And they'd almost be looking to get one back themselves. It's been a pretty even quarter, and apart from that last sort of minute or so, it's largely been a bit of ill-discipline from Banks. It's been an even quarter.
Really enjoying watching this ruck contest between Trees and Williams.
Tyler Vick overruns it.
Shane with the soccer off the ground. Gets it forward a little.
Here goes Millshorn, gets it to Trees. Here goes to Tyrrell. Tyrrell.
Oh, kick under pressure.
There's John at right angles to where I think he wanted to get it to. Oh, Barry Johnson. I think it's come off the Pints play there, actually. Looked like Johnson overran it.
And throw it in.
So we have a throw in on the Pints forward flank. Comes through.
Williams in front, wins the tap forward. Nigel block.
Good tackle from 12 Trees.
Oh, and holding the ball. Trees letting him know about it.
Got to be lucky not to give away a free kick. Or another free kick, a 50. And there's a bit of biff off the ball as well.
Sends it forward, but that looks like that'll do us for the first quarter.
So at quarter time here, just need to keep cool heads, bit of tension going on. It's 1 goal, 0 behinds on 6 Banks, trailing Pint 2 goals, 1-13. So 7 points in it after 20 minutes gone. We'll be back after this short break. Welcome back to TIO Oval 2. You're watching AFL&T's coverage of the 2021-22 TIO NTFL Premiership season. It's Division 2 and it's the preliminary final. I'm Will Zwar, with me is Luke Smith. And Luke, after one quarter, it's your boys, Pint, 2 goals, 1-13, with a 7-point lead over Banks, 1 goal, 0 behinds, 6 points on the board.
Yeah, I'm very happy at the moment seeing the first quarter from Pints, but it's been a very close contest, heavily contested, lots of tackling, lots of pressure around the football, plenty of stoppages. So let's see if that continues in the second half and see which way the wind blows.
And I think it could be a game of discipline here. I think all 3 goals have come from free kicks, and particularly those last 2, I think, started for Banks almost downfield, and Pints just, made the most of their opportunities in the free kicks. So whichever team can keep a cooler head could be the one on top. But here we start the second quarter. Sverns gets a hit out. St Jack tries to crumb it. It'll be Tyler Vick for Banks, who eventually gets it, throws it on the right, comes forward now. Sontag at the bottom. In fact, it's Aaron Natman as well. Those two will be dominant up forward today.
Strong tackle, called for holding the ball.
Giving away a free kick there.
Joe Thompson with the release out wide. He finds Jake Prowse. Goes further down the wing. He's looking for Luke Howison. Goes over, kicks him.
Hamlin trying to get hands to it, but he just comes to ground.
Backdoor release twice, looking for John Kenzie, finds him.
Brody Vick with some pressure.
Ball still on the ground out there.
Lots of heat out there around the contest.
It's locked up.
Svern again, he's been pretty good in the ruck today so far. Banks edge it forward, not really with possession.
Samuel Gibson now with a kick forward, the rush kick forward, bounces in the pocket and rolls over the line. No, out on the full is correct.
Banks will kick it back in. It's Keegan Lee Mills-Horn.
Oh, great fly. That was Samuel Gibson going for the big jump at the back, but didn't come down with it. Joey Thompson has the ball, but he's tackled over the line on the far side and will have a ball up.
Umpire, has he called a threat? No, he's just nominated ruckman. Ball comes up.
Oh, good tap from Jimmy Marshall. He was undersized there.
Hamlin gets it out to Vic, to Shaper, works it forward.
Good kick forward, 2-on-1. The ball comes out the back. Consistent pressure from Banks, keeps pushing it forward. No, it's locked up.
It's a free kick, in fact. Pints holding the ball. Don't know if there was much in there. Didn't really have a lot of opportunity, but the umpires called it differently. Assesses his options.
It's Robbie Kenzie with a long ball downfield, but looks like it's... Oh, no.
Didn't really have a target in mind. Luke Tyrrell should have held on to that one.
Peter Caldo snapped one forward, and it's into the pocket and rolled out of bounds. We'll have a ball up in Pints forward 50. Liam Page quick to nominate.
Ball comes in. Svern again with the tap. Ball ping-ponging around at ground level. Now ball goes forward from Pints, but it's out on the full.
Snapped off the boot by Nigel Block, straight out.
Errant shot on goal. Probably could have thought through it a bit better there. And the pill's gone a long way. So with Liam Ogilvie Mitchell kicking it back in. For the Dogs, we've already seen his big booming left kick a couple of times today. No doubt he'll use it again here. There we go. Looks for his ruckman, couldn't find him cleanly.
That's Joe Smith trying to make his way through the pack. Managed to get the ball loose. No, they've paid a free kick Joe Smith's way. Over the shoulder, high tackle.
Talk it up there, Steve-O, shut the exit!
Lead goes there from Grant, but he doesn't take it. Still looking for something to go to. Good tap down there.
Front by Nigel Walsh. Snap but smothered.
Jack gets it out to Shaper. Shaper gets it to his captain and kick it. He can turn and go. He'll just turn. He'll hold it up. Goes out wide to Vic. Doesn't hit him cleanly, but he's got plenty of space to recover. He's got Johnson short forward. He's got a few options longer there. He'll go to Johnson. Gets it over his head. Johnson puts the pressure on it and takes it over the boundary line. Great work there from the two-time Mitch Lee medalist. And I've just robbed him of one there. It's three-time Mitch Lee medalist Will Johnson is. Pipe throws it in. Svern again.
Huge fist.
Good fist to it. Kick it. Extracts it. Comes to ground. Gets it to Vic. And the free kick going kick its way for a high tackle. He'll go back. Excellent use of the ball usually. What can he do here? Looks down the ground. Goes to Trees. Overcooks it. But it bounces in the field of play. So it'll just be a throw in on the Banks forward flank.
Up we go again. Ball comes out the back.
Ghost was tackled with it. Ball popped out. Now comes back to the president, Nick Horsley. Snaps it forward.
Oh, Pints have spoilt themselves there, but it's come out to Rossi Bilius, who releases backwards to Joe Thomas. He finds Easton Smith. Good use of the footy. Finds Peter Caldo out wide. He's got a paddock here and should have a bit of a run. Sends it long instead.
Got numbers.
Looking for Tom Marmo. Misses him. The umpire has called a free kick.
And I think the two players on the ball haven't heard the whistle. Ball will come back.
And they are going to send it back. So the ball is going back to Jake Prowse, outside forward 50. No, that's Tom Marmo, outside forward 50 for Pints Football Club.
Both sides with enough time to set up there. Doesn't really have a clear option.
He goes out wide looking for Lockie King, who holds the mark right on top of 50. He'll be looking for a short option or
within
to get
range
in danger zone. Nah, he hasn't got a leg quite that long. I suspect he will get this to the top of the square or go short. He looks short for Liam Page. Oh, nearly takes a great one-handed grab, but the ball is knocked out.
Umpire calls play on Vic with it now. He's got two to beat, uses his body well there. Overruns it though.
Release for Peter Caldo, who slips low and gets a high tackle. Looking to sneak around the corner. This is tight in the pocket, right on the boundary line.
Probably got lucky there. I think Caldo sort of slipped as he was tackled, but umpire's called for a high. He plays on, runs around, goes towards goal.
Oh, he's got it on line, but will it carry? No, it's come up just short, and it's touched on the line by Josh Bond last.
So we Ogilvie Mitchell, again, expect him to take most of the kickouts today. Craig Watson calls for it on the near flank. Come out this side to Chris Kickett.
Jimmy Marshall in front, but lets it slip out the back to Kickety. His hand where the ball was errant, picked up by Liam Page, who was thrown without it. Peter Caldo gets it loose to Jimmy Marshall. Jimmy Marshall turns and puts it inside to a contest.
Gets a fist up there.
Shane Williams.
See, Aaron elbow there.
Barrels in.
Hits Shaper in the face and he's paid the free kick.
Done for a high elbow there. Looking for the fend, but too tall for his opponent. Pressure from behind and a bit of a rush kick. One-on-one, and Shane Williams takes an easy grab, uncontested.
There he goes.
Deep entry inside, looking for Brent Kern, who takes a great contested grab inside forward 50. Ben Kern's been around the club for a long time, but typically has played defender until this season. Can take a serious fly and has kicked pretty straight this year.
He's very happy with that one.
Straight down the middle. Yeah, he certainly gets up and about when he kicks a goal. Probably because he's played in the back line his whole career.
Not used to kicking them.
But he's been very solid up forward this year and doing a great job at full forward for the games that he's played.
So Pints extend to a 14-point lead. It's 3 goals, 2-20. Banks 1 goal, 0 behind 6. So we edge towards a 10-minute mark of the second quarter here on TIO Oval 2 for the NTFL 2021-22 TIO season Division 2 preliminary final. Pints edging out, as we said, it's a 2.5 goal lead. Banks would want to get the other one, or the next one I should say. See if they can muster up. They've got Sven in the middle. He's probably been the best ruckman on ground today. Won most of his hit-outs and contests that he's been involved in. Some good midfielders around him as well, but Pints won't go down easy. Sven gets the tap, straight down to a Pints player.
Who's called for holding ball, play on for number 13, who sends it deep inside forward 50 for Banks.
Pemberton goes to Goats. Roachy now at ground level. Can he pick it up? He does. Hands it back to Pick.
Centering ball, but looks a little long.
Natman picks it up and is tackled.
Strong tackle by Ross Bilius.
Umpire says it's his ball. No, he's called for my ball.
He's going to ball it up. That's a great tackle in the outnumber at 2-on-1. Well played, Ross.
Ball comes out to Pick. Can't take it cleanly.
Oh, Pints players are running into each other, and it comes out to
Horsley. Kicks on goal. It's gone through, but I don't think the umpires will call it. It's a free kick instead.
Whistle blew before the kick.
And it will go the way, by the looks of it, to Nick 12 Trees for a ruck infringement.
My observation of Trees this season is he likes to give the hands. Do you back him to kick this?
That's a fair observation. He's sort of played a bit more all over the ground this year. Usually when I've played previous years, he's been sort of centre-half forward. This year he's played a bit more ruck, a bit more centre-half back. Playing forward today, yet to hit the scoreboard. He would love a goal here.
He's going himself.
And he's happy with it.
Looks good.
So Nick 12 Trees on the board. Banks kick their second. And they reduce the margin to 8 points. It's 2 goals straight, 12. Banks trailing Pints 3 goals to 20. And again, I think it's all 5 goals today. Sorry, 4 of the 5 goals today have come from free kicks. That fourth one to Kern was obviously a very strong, solid mark. But as we've said, just whichever team is the most disciplined could be reaping the rewards at the end of the day, Luke.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a really good sign that both teams have incredibly strong forward pressure as well that are creating those opportunities. Free kicks aren't always undisciplined. Sometimes they're just created by great pressure.
Trees doing the ruck work there.
Kicked in danger is the call. And 50 for talking back to the umpire. So this looks like Sam Gibson with a good opportunity here. And he will kick from roughly 50 out, dead in front.
Has he got the distance in him, or will he look to give it off as well?
No, I back Sam's leg from here. He's got a long leg.
Looks like his teammates back him as
Well,
well.
got the carry, and it's straight down the middle. You were just talking about discipline there, Will.
And unfortunately, it's my boys in blue and white who've given away a 50. Nick 12 Trees will be. He knows that he'll owe them one, and he'll be doing his best to bring them back from here. He'll have another go in the ruck, but it's a 14-point lead again in Pints' favour. 4 goals, 2-26, leading Banks 2 goals straight, 12.
3 hard minutes. Go Chris!
Ref's held up play here for a moment. Well, he just has a chat to the players.
666 infringement, that's a warning.
So Pints given a 666 infringement.
Well, he's
No
spoken to
free
the bench
kick yet,
roughly,
but the
so
next
that's
one
fine.
will be. Ball comes down. Geordie Smith, quick hands to it, gets it to Natman on the wing. Dances around one, kicks it forward.
Good spot.
Kick at the lead.
Well
Couldn't
defended.
hit him.
Crumb by Jimmy Marshall, who quickly whipped that on the boot, but it's straight down the throat of Nick 12 Trees.
Trees has been busy the last couple of minutes, good and bad. What'll it be here?
Goes out wide, but it dropped a little short and was found by Tim Hocking out wide. He pushes it up the wing, and he's found the coach, John Kenzie. Sends it deep inside and looking for Shane Williams at the top. He's just inside the square with that mark. And sends a wobbly ball inside 50.
Might pay off.
It bounced Cadder's way, who was taken around the head and wins another high tackle.
I think he's got to be careful. That's twice he's sort of slipped and gotten himself the high free, but they won't come like that all day.
It's true. I think at his age and his height and his
He's a short
experience,
fella anyway.
He can look. He's given the hands off to Sam Grant, who kicks it from about 45, but it's pushed to the right-hand side, and that'll be a behind.
So it'll be Dave Astelosh kicking it back in. Goes out wide to Ogilvy Mitchell, hits him. Great skills all year from Dave Astelosh. A solid performer there at fullback. Ogilvy Mitchell goes down the line.
Marking contest is punched out of bounds, and we'll have a ball up pretty much right in the middle of the field on the far side.
When you get on, Pagey, get that structure set right up. Get it set up. Ball, get Cranny out of full forward, right? Get it set up.
So we've got 3 minutes left in this quarter. It's gone quickly. There hasn't been a lot of action so far. I think we've seen 1 goal to Banks and 2 to Pints. And again, plays just being more held up the more the quarters go on.
Pines called for a throw here.
Horsley gets it to kick it. Kick it, goes out wide to Tyler Vick. They don't have a lot forward to go for. He goes short.
Well, ball spills through the hands, and it's picked up by John Skezzy, who just thumps it off the ground. Only back to Vic.
Players back there, but Brody Vic wasn't clean. Pints themselves not being super clean, but they work it forward. And it's a free kick going the way of...
Looks like
It's going Banks' way to Will Johnson. Goes out wide. Finds Tommy Pemberton by the looks of it. He goes to Ogilvy Mitchell. Big booming kick to the arc.
Big contest, lots of flyers.
Banks muscling it forward. Geordie Smith hands it back.
The pressure is always
Will
there.
Johnson.
Good release from Will.
Throws it on the boot, bounces forward. Svern applies the pressure.
Gets to Robbie Kenzie, who has a great kick that finds Ethan Smith on the far side.
Right,
Ethan takes the short option,
2 minutes, let him
plays
go.
it safe. He finds Connor Mile. Connor Mile won best on field in the grand final last year. It's got a long left, but takes the short option here, looking for Liam Page. Oh, had to go back with the flight, and the ball spilt, but he finds himself in enough space to get the ball back on the boot. Gets it up to Peter Caldo, who misses the crumb, and the ball rolls out of bounds just on about the 15-metre arc on the far side of the ground. Strong again from Svern, who wins that tap comfortably, but he hit it straight to 3 Pints players, and it's just rolled straight out of bounds under contest again.
And so we'll have another replay of that throw in. Just over a minute left in this first half here at TIO Oval 2. Boundary umpire throws it in.
A bit more of a 50-50 contest, but it comes down to
Svern crumbs it. Only gets about 3 metres of distance in the kick. Ball bottom of the pack. Again, neither team wanting to give anything in these late moments.
Oh, it's come out the far side and Banks are pushing it forward with pressure.
Horsley with a high ball. Buckets Lorraine at the bottom of it.
Pine's got the ball out the back and have kicked it forward, but that looks like an errant kick that's out of bounds on the full. 29 seconds to go.
Is there enough time for either side here? If there is, you'd think it'd be Banks with the free, with the footy. Dwayne Hamlin in from half back. I think he sensed the clock. He goes quickly and he goes long. Tyler Vick can't take the mark.
He's wrapped up in the middle, and with 6 seconds to go, I think that'll do us.
So at half-time here of the Division 2 preliminary final, it's Pint with a 14-point lead at half-time. 4 goals, 2-26. They lead Banks on 2 goals straight, 12. We will be back after this half-time break.
How you going, Luke?
Yeah, good. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I certainly I didn't let Trees get away with it. Yeah, I'll absolutely. We just talked about discipline. I know you went through that.
How's the commentary going there, Smithy?
Oh, yeah.
Commentary going good?
Oh, rainbow.
It's an all.
Oh, I really like
Welcome back.
Welcome back to AFL NT's coverage of the 2021-22 TIO NTFL Premiership season. It's the Division 2 preliminary final here at the back oval at TIO Stadium, and it's Pints with a 14-point lead over Banks halfway through this preliminary. 4 goals to 26. They lead Banks on 2 goals straight, 12. I'm Will Zwar, wearing my Banks Bulldogs shirt, and next to me is Luke Smith in his Pints shirt. Your boys are on top, Luke. How have you found the first half?
Yeah, I think the first cast has been it's a great contest. Obviously, I'm pretty happy with the current scoreline. I think for our side, we've got the brothers who are doing really well. We've got the Kensies, John, our coach, and Robbie, number 7 in the back line, and the Smith brothers, Ethan, number 5, has been very important at centre half back, and Joe Smith running through the middle. What about you, Will? Who do you think's been the standout for Banks so far?
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt it's our ruckman, Lockie Sferns. He's won just about every hit out. He's been contesting, and he's also doing the work around the ground as well. He's a physical presence. He's probably pushing for Division 1 position as well, but there's just a few other tall blokes ahead of him in that race. But he's definitely on top at the moment. Will Johnson's also been pretty good, as we said. He's a triple Mitchell Lee medalist in Division 1, so knows what he's doing, and he's playing a stellar role on the wing. We start the second half now, and it's Fern again with the tap, goes down to Tyler Vick. He gets it out quickly, works it forward, gets it into space, bounce over the top of the Pints defender, and Natman, he picks it up, gets her hands out. Pemberton and Goat, so he couldn't decide who'd take it. It was Pemberton. He goes back to Vic. Vic inside 50, Trees the target. Can't take the mark, but crashes the pack. Pints now with the ball.
Joe Thompson attempts to throw it on the boot, but it's come out to Az.
And it's a high tackle against Trees.
That's going the way of Ethan Smith.
Good, Mitchy, Stephen.
And that's another 50-metre penalty.
And I think that's for having 2 players in that protected zone. Sontag and 12 Trees just got their wires mixed. And
He's done it again.
Tom Pemberton's just given away another 50-metre penalty for being in that protected zone. So absolute coach killer there.
Ethan Smith's had a long 100-metre run down the ground and will find himself inside forward 50. He's been incredibly solid in the back line, but that's where he plays, so I've got no idea what his goal kicking's like. I guess we'll see.
Hopefully, for my sake, it's no good.
Richie Stevens, exit!
Looks true, but it might be short. It's going to be into the goal square. There's a marking contest. Ball hits the deck in front. We've got a crumb, and it's a release for Banks Bulldogs.
Geordie Smith throws
kick
it on the
under
boot.
Tackle.
Comes out. Tyler Vick kicks it sideways
That's
towards the
gonna,
boundary line.
That's going to run out of bounds.
And he-
The umpire's paid deliberate.
Looked like the boundary umpire there said it was touched, but yeah, field umpires called it deliberate.
So we've got Mitch Stevens on the boundary. Sending points back into attacking 50 again. Ball deep into the pocket. There's another marking contest. Oh, and the punch went out the back towards goal.
St. Jack kicks it back out to Stevens on Johnson. Bounced into Johnson. He was being held by Stevens. He looks down the ground. What has he got? Comes to Sontag.
Shane Williams crumbs it, gets it to Connor Mile, who slaps it on the boot. It's a quick snap. It's going to fall short and straight into the lap of Liam Ogilvie-Mitchell.
He's got a big kick on him, as we know. He's got a few options up forward. Just goes a short one, very uncharacteristic. And St. Jack was hit pretty hard. He'll earn the free kick. He's got Sontag. Doesn't go to him, goes back to Ogilvie-Mitchell with that big boot again. Doesn't want to use it, which is very rare for him. Finds Tyler Vick. A bit more accurate boot on him.
He goes long, looking for Nick 12 Trees, but it's marking contest and the ball comes forward. Joey Thompson tries to sock it off the ground, but it doesn't go far.
Kickety is slung and he's pinked for holding the ball.
Unable to get the hands back to the ball there, and Joey Thompson's got the ball on the defensive wing. He plays on and goes dead centre looking for Ethan Smith, but he overcooks the kick.
Goats takes the ball. Goes inboard to Shaper. Shaper goes out wide. Goats goes inside 50. Trees the target. Takes a mark. Good strong mitts. True centre half forward position. He'll be kicking it from a pretty direct angle. And probably about 35 by the time he does his run up.
Kicked off a short run up and pulled that one to the left.
He does owe them one, Trees. I dare say Tommy Pemberton does as well. Point rebounding now, working the ball forward.
It's Ethan Smith with the long boot again. We've got a 2-on-1 in Pine's favour here. Both fly though. Ball comes forward and is picked up by Lockie King, who is tackled and called for holding the ball.
Ball goes to Tyler Vick. He's having another game, one of Banks' better plays today. Goes out wide to Buckets Lorraine. Can't take the mark, but he's in enough space.
Liam Page
Breaks the tackle. Goes forward to Pemberton. Pemberton pushed in the back. Umpire calls it. Play on, advantage. Will Johnson goes forward. Not the most direct kick. Comes to ground.
Shane Williams was dragged down in that marking contest. No, that's Robert Kenzie. My apologies. Attempt to play on's called back, and the ball will get behind the mark here. Robert Kenzie.
It's all being held up here. Not a lot of free-flowing play. Craig Watson at the bottom of this one. Gee, what a fly.
Jimmy Marshall with a big jump.
Couldn't take it. Geordie Smith goes forward now. Again, comes over to Trees. He bends around, throws it on his right, gets a quick one out to Smith. He overruns it. He's got time, hands it to Ogilvie-Mitchell, runs onto his left, kicks forward. Chris Pick can't take the mark. Gee, the ones the umpire's been playing down the other end. You'd think they'd pay that one, but it's not to be. St Jack at the bottom of the pack now comes to pick. He hands it out.
Joey Thompson with the kick off the ground goes straight to Jack Murray, who turns and goes because no one wants to get on the mark. Ball down the field to Ned McConnell, who slips the mark. Liam Page picks up and crumbs, and handballs inside forward 50 to Jack Murray. Jack Murray looks ahead and finds Ned McConnell. There's a lot of space here for Pints. He tries to take the kick to Peter Caldo in the pocket, who attempts to outbody the mark, but the ball goes out of bounds. No, I believe they've given the free kick against for tunnelling, I suppose.
So it'll be Dwayne Hamlin kicking in from the back pocket. Goes long down the line, runs over everyone and over the boundary line. So again, plenty of meterage there.
It's punched out of bounds by Liam Page. Feel like an opportunity went begging there for Pines Football Club.
Ball comes in.
Socket off the ground. Joey Smith picks it up in the contest and it gets it forward on the ground.
Craig Watson gets it out to Roach. Roach works it forward. Again, just off with the kick.
That's Ethan Smith again, so solid on that half-back line. And he gets it up the wing looking for Shane Williams. Just drops short of him. Puts it back. And that looks like Joe Thompson.
Again, they're just not finding their forwards cleanly. And another 50-metre penalty. Not sure what that one was for.
The man on the mark took a step forward. Been big on that stand rule, and I believe that's what he got called for there.
I think that's 4 50-metre penalties gone Pints' favour so far today.
It's a short kick inside 50, looking for Connor Mile. Finds him in the centre of the square. He's got a long left boot. Goes the stab pass, drops just short of Joe Smith. Yes, hits the ground and it's play on. That's Sammy Grant entering the ball inside 50. Gets it deep looking for Liam Page, but great punch there by the Banks defender.
And it's still alive. Dwayne Hamlin pushes forward.
Oh, he's been called. Hang on, is that below the knees, I believe? Below the knees going the way of Banks Bulldogs. Well played by Hamlin there, who won the outnumber.
Looks like there's a free kick being paid in favour of...
That looks like it's going the way of Mitch Stevens.
Oh, gee, I don't know if that's...
Oh, and the umpire appears to be reaching into his bag.
Keeping my eye on that one, and there was absolutely nothing in that from either of them, so a bit disappointing to see. The Banks players just getting a bit overwhelmed here.
So Mitch Stevens has the ball on the forward wing. And is eager to get going, but needs to wait for the umpire to get the game going. Short kick goes to Jimmy Marshall at the top of the 50.
So Banks now without their 18th man on the field. Pretty much for the rest of this quarter, they'll be allowed someone back with about 40 seconds left. I just don't know about that one.
I had eyes downfield, so I'll have to take your word for it, Will. It's a deep kick. Was that Liam Ogilvie-Mitchell again, setting him downfield?
Sontag at the bottom of that one.
Robbie Kenzie wins it, gets it out to Sam Gibson. He throws it on the boot, gets it back into deep forward 50. There's a one-on-one down there. That's Kern jumping in front. The ball comes to ground, no mark taken. Switch kick into a marking contest on the far side. It looks like Lockie King with the ball, but he's been well tackled, and that's holding the ball.
Banks working it forward. Again, play slowed up here. No one can really get a break.
Yeah, most kicks going to a contest. Very few marks taken in contests. So, a lot of balls hitting the ground, a lot of balls going out of bounds.
St Jack now Gets it on his trusty left, kicks it forward.
Bounces up and is...
Crumb by Goat. He throws it on the boot pretty quickly. And the ball goes out of bounds. So the throw-in will come on Banks' forward flank. They'd want to get a go out of this. They trail by 12 points. In fact, it's 13 points, I think. Trying to read this scoreboard over there in this dusk lighting.
At this stage, there's only been one behind kick for the quarter. So that ball enters forward 50, but a strong out number for Pints. They've got plenty of time here to get the release.
They got plenty of numbers as well.
That's Sammy Grant with the release at the top of 50. Steps inside. He goes a short option to Tom Marmo.
Great work from Keegan Lee Mills-Horn there.
Oh, but
intercepted. He's hit the man on the mark there, or not on the mark, but
man in front got a fingertip to it. Oh, that's a good entry, but it's pulled it to the left, and that's another behind.
So Aaron Knappman reduces the margin to 2 straight kicks. It's 2-2, 14 to 4 goals, 2-26. I think that's just about our first or second score of the quarter here.
Yeah, that's only 2 behinds the Banks so far this quarter, and that's the total amount of points. So it's been a serious contest. There's certainly been opportunities at both ends, but no one's found the middle yet.
Very tight defences so far today.
John Kenzie runs it out of the square and sends it deep, looking for his brother. Johnby's up. Oh, that's a late high hit from Nick 12 Trees.
And that was...
John Kenzie will take a moment or two to get up here.
And Nick Trees is given a red card, so he will not take any further part in this game, and Banks just losing their cool here. Very late hit there, and unfortunately didn't look like he had eyes for the ball at all. So Pints working it forward now.
I'd say Nick 12 Trees has increased his debt a little there.
I think he might be right.
Already owed the club, or owed the team one there, and that one's not going to do it. Ball goes forward, and we found Lockie King on the top of 50 for Pints Football Club. He's looking for a short option and finds Brent Kern out wide. Tough angle from here. He's got 1 goal so far after a really good contested grab, but it looks like he's looking to hand this one off.
Doesn't look confident at all, does he? He kicks it very high to the hot spot.
Ball's
Can't take a mark down there.
Forward. Looks like Nigel Block came out with a crumb. Good contest. Looks like it's going Banks' way after a call from the umpire.
Very slow-paced game this third quarter. Geordie Smith looking across goal. His captain and Chris Kickett just finds him, made him work for it. He's got a few options to go if he turns quick, but he doesn't. He looks back in the corridor. Now goes over the top to Tyler Vick by himself. Scott Svern out here on this near wing. A bit too far. Not sure what he'll do. He comes back out wide to kick it. They're looking for an exit avenue. They can't find one. And Pints zone looking very stingy at the moment. Not a lot is going to get through there. Kick it goes long down the line.
Big
Looks
contest.
for Sontag. Players hit the deck. Buckets Lorraine hits it hard. Roach picks it up cleanly.
Great pick up.
Bounces through. Sontag has to work. He's surrounded by green and gold jumpers.
Lockie King with the pressure gets the ball forward. Ethan Smith trying to get forward further, but he's wrapped up, and that'll be a ball up.
Umpire calls a free kick.
No, I think
He's balling it up again, I think. Yep.
Jack Murray trying to get the ball forward. Still in the contest. Bill Slaters to slap it down to Vic.
Tyler Vick throws it on his boot, gets it forward to Buckets Lorraine. Very clever kick and a good mark. He plays on. He's got time and space, kicks it forward. Sontag at the fall of it, can't take the mark. Scotty Goetz will be running back. It's a foot race to get there. Pints player will beat him to it, and he runs over the boundary line.
That's going to be a ball up just outside Banks' goal.
You're on it, guy. I was released, I shouldn't talk. Right? That's on me, I wasn't talking to the guys back there. I was breaking that up.
Ball's tapped down. Chris Pick will pick it up.
He hasn't managed to hold on the ball again. It's come out the back to Sam Gibson, who makes a lovely little candy sell and step inside, but sends it deep down to Svern, I believe that is. Ball's landed in space, and Blocks picked it up out the back. He's managed to dance his way around Svern and make some time. Sends the ball inside and finds Jimmy Marsh. No, Brent Kern, who's put a block on for Sam Gibson, who's worked his way up the ground after his kick. He's in the middle of
Umpires pulled a free kick somewhere.
call
Free
for a
kick
throw.
going Ogilvy Mitchell's way. Goes across to Will Johnson in a bit of space. He then goes forward to Shaper.
Nice short work here from Banks as they look for an option further forward.
Shaper looking forward, hoping for someone to lead. Scott Goetz goes now. Looks like he'll go in that direction. Overcooks it.
Ethan Smith gets it at the back.
The janitor picking up the crumbs.
He is everywhere at the moment. He finds Peter Caldo out on the far side, who misses the crumb, but gets it into space. Jake Prowse picks it up, gets the easy release. Ethan Smith getting it again for, I don't know, his many at disposal this quarter. This time he finds Peter Caldo, who takes the mark.
Goes backwards, looking to slow it up. There's just 2.5 minutes left in this third quarter here at TIO Oval 2.
Still just 2 behinds kick for the quarter.
Bit of pressure they put themselves under. Gets around Chris Pick.
Ethan Smith again, just rock solid. And again, working his way up the ground.
Tyler Vick intercepts there, works it forward. He's got Sontag in plenty of space, takes the mark uncontested, looks forward, kicks it to the runner Goetz. That is a great lead, great hit, and he can go back. And if he converts it, it's a much needed goal.
Taking his full 30 after the run and settling himself in.
Scotty Goetz. And it's come off the side of the boot, not what they needed, just a behind. But it could be a handy one, it puts them within 2 goals. 1:18 left on the clock in this third quarter here. And it's Pint leading 4 goals 2-26 to Banks 2 goals 3-15.
Out wide, but strong contest.
Svern made sure it wasn't taken cleanly.
It's Joey Thompson on the far side. Turns the full 360 and makes a nice kick to Shane Williams. He sends it into the centre. That's looking dangerous.
Good intercept.
Tap forward goes to Tom Marmo, who was wrapped up, managed to get the ball free and get it on the boot, but finds it straight down the throat of number 2 for Banks.
It's Nathan Roach. He looks forward. Not the best executor, but that one will hit his target. It's Luke Tyrrell, the coach. Another one who needs to step up.
A lot of points jumper in that back 50. And he finds Sam Gibson, who's going to settle the ship here with just 17 seconds left to go in the quarter. Send a long one down to a marking contest.
He goes straight back down to Luke Tyrrell. Couldn't take the mark. It was Brody Vick running through. He picks it up now. He's hit low. Is that a sliding? I think it's a free kick for sliding. And that is 3/4 time. So 3/4 of the way through this preliminary final. It's Pint 4 goals 2-26 leading Banks 2 goals 3-15. Just 11 points in it. So 2 straight kicks, but Banks will need to double their score just about. If there's any chance in this one, we'll be back after this 3/4 time break. Welcome back to TIO Oval 2. You're watching AFL&T's coverage of the 2021 TIO NTFL Premiership season. It's the final quarter of the Division 2 Grand Final, preliminary final, I should say, between Pints and Banks, and it's Pints with a 11-point lead heading into this last quarter. Banks work it out for the first clearance of the quarter, moving it forward. They'll be playing, I believe, with a player down after a red card in that third quarter to Nick 12trees for a pretty bad-looking hit. But they're only within 2 goals, so I think we've got a good quarter ahead of us, Luke.
Yeah, absolutely. Banks actually won that last quarter 3 points to nothing. So a really strong quarter from them. Still hoping, I'm sure, to find the middle and put some more pressure on. It'll really come down to who kicks accurately in this last term.
So Pints with the ball on that far side. Again, working it forward.
Dug out in a one-on-one contest.
Ogilvy Mitchell picks it up. He's caressed through the boundary line. Fern again with another hit out. He's been dominant all day.
No one's going in their favour. Vic's got it on the far side, but he's met quickly. Play on is called. Ball works its way out the back. Time and space for Pints a little bit here. I think that's Joey Thompson sending it deep forward, looking for Liam Page, who's in 2-on-1 marking contest.
Good mark by Dwayne Hamlin.
Very good grab. And looks like he's looking for a quick switch.
He goes long to Sontag, finds him. Gee, what a lace out that was. Astalosh running his little legs off, goes to his run, finds himself on the forward flank. Oh, awkward landing, but he seems to be okay.
It's a good shake by.
Now he's looking forward.
Chase by Prowse to slow that play down.
Great body work there from Nick Horsley, the president. Grabs the ball in space. Will look to centre it. No, he'll look on goal. And he's just put it the wrong side of the post. It's just to behind. So chipping away at that margin. It's now down to 10 points. Pints working out their back line.
No, it was behind. Pints called back there. Goes wide to a contest. That's a strong mark. I believe that's John Kenzie on the far side. Kenzie brothers working together there, one to the other. He looks up the line, finds Sam Gibson. Pints working their way slowly here. High ball into a contest.
Hamlin again at the fall of it.
He's won the free kick there, I believe, for a chop of the arm. Looks to move it quickly over the other side of the ground. Working it by hand, but the pressure is there from Pints, slowing the play up. And they've allowed advantage there.
Ogilvy Mitchell now hands it out wide. It's Roach, kicks it inboard, finds Johnson. Wow, straight through his fingers there, very unlike him. And Pints work it forward. Astalosh with the fist.
That's just dropped in front of Liam Page, who's taken a really nice grab. And he's got the ball with the defender on the ground. He decides to take off and get it moving quickly. He managed to get it over the head and finds Sammy Grant, who walks into an open goal. A couple of quick, accurate kicks there, and Pints move the ball down the ground and find an easy one.
I think he's just flipped the bird to someone there. No need for that as you celebrate your goal, but very happy with himself after that one. Extends the lead to 16 points.
That's a couple of goals for Sam Grant today. I believe he's got 2 goals, 1 of the 5 goals, 2. So been really important today. Really good to have him back. He's spent the last couple of weeks away, unfortunately due to concussion. So really good man to welcome back into the club, and it's been important.
Ball back in the middle now. No one's really taken possession yet.
Jack Murray manages to get her hands out sideways.
Nick Horsley slicks through, gets it to Geordie Smith. He gets through another, hands it off to the side. Oh, he's just given a free kick. Kicks it out wide.
That is 12 trees outside forward 50.
Unsure what's happened there. Might have. So he's, as it turns out, we've just gotten clarification from the emergency umpire. He was just given a yellow card. From our position, it's a double-sided card, so it did look red, but he's all good to be out there.
Right.
So I think we both had a bit of a what's going on there moment.
Absolutely.
That makes a bit more sense.
We've had a 50-metre here, I believe, moving on the mark again, or perhaps protected space, unknown, but that's another 50-metre penalty. That'll go to Jack Murray, who is working his way up the ground. No, Joe Thompson with the ball. Joe Thompson sends it deep inside 50 to a one-on-one.
Nearly a great mark from Bond.
Strong bodywork from Bond. Ball spills out the back to Lockie King, who uses the hands backwards to Muzz. It's Jack Murray, who goes inside to Brent Kern and finds him at the top of the 50-metre arc. It's a good contested grab against Will Johnson. a little slow to get up after that tackle from Will.
Slowly getting to his feet, chewing up a bit of the clock.
He looks inside, looking for Shane Williams, and puts it just into his hands, but it managed to spill out, tracking it towards the boundary in the pocket, and picked up, but sprayed off the boot.
Shaper now with the ball, overrun it. G.
Did well to duck under that tackle.
Nearly.
And good punch on there.
Natman picks it up very cleanly, but he's tackled.
Did well to get the hands to the ball, but it did go straight to the Pints, who kick it forward to Sam Gibson. Sam Gibson slows it up a little bit. He's called to play on. Finds his right boot out wide, looking for... That's Lockie King again, doing a body of work. Throws it on the left, aiming for the top of the 50, looking for Shane Williams again, who does get to the ball, but not quite.
Shaper picks it up now, hands it back to Luke Tyrrell. Gee, he's dropped it. He's made a mess of that. Complete mess of that.
Tom Marmo gets in front to pick up the crumb, and the ball comes out to Connor Mile, who is tackled very quickly, and the ball is locked up, and we'll have a ball up inside Pints forward 50.
Another hit out to Svern. Tyler Vick now wheeling it forward. Is he the one who can give a spark to Banks? There's just over, or just under 12 minutes left in this one, and it's a 16-point lead in Pints' favour.
Joey Thompson enters 50, but the ball spills forward and is kicked back out along the ground.
Will Johnson now with the ball.
Contest on the far side, and the ball spills loose. Picked up by Vick, I believe, and centred. Great kick to Shaper.
Jacob Shaper, that's right, at centre-half back. He's
works his way around the man on the mark.
Wheeling himself forward as well.
They've turned it over here to Nigel Block, who releases back. Connor Mile with a deep ball, but it's all Banks.
Luke Tyrrell finally takes one cleanly. He goes out to Brody Vick. He's got Nathan Roach on. He'll go to him. And Roach has got space. Ball sits for him. He's under a bit of pressure now. He kicks it. Short, sharp one. Can't find pick cleanly, but he gets the ball, works it forward.
Really good.
Is that Astelosh finding himself up forward? I think it might be. Now it's St Jack. He goes to the hot spot. Bounces through, goes to the back. Umpire's called a free kick. Going the way of...
No, he's going Banks. I didn't see the signal, but it looks like it's going to Banks 3.
It's Aaron Natman. Yeah, not sure what that one was for, but it's a free kick. And has he kicked that one?
No, he's kicked it behind. He's pushed it to the right-hand side.
So very unlike him. Unfortunately, kicking is not their strong suit today. It's 2 goals 5 they move to.
So 10 minutes to go here in the game.
There's a not a 9-point margin. What are we looking at?
We've got 2 goals for 16.
16 point
5
margin.
goals to 32.
I think that'll move to 15-point margin in a second.
Samuel Gibson gets a long ball forward. Bounce favours Pints, and that's Peter Caldo, who managed to get the ball forward. Joey Smith also competing in the contest, and it's socked off the ground by Banks, getting a long ball forward. Works well for Shaper, who snaps it on the boot, gets it to the top of the square. The contest results in a rush behind. Robbie Kenzie to bring it outside a defensive 50 for Pints.
Clean take out on that back flank to Pints. Slowly working it forward.
Working slow, I believe that's Ned McConnell on the far side. Laid in inclusion today as a replacement for Jeffrey McDonald. He was unfortunately out with a hand infection. Kick inside here turned over, and they found Shaper at the back of the square in the middle.
Bit of argy-bargy on the forward flank.
Liam Mitchell on the wing on the far side, works his way up.
Penetrating kick there forward. No mark taken.
Big punch out, and that goes the way of Peter Caldo. He gets hands over the top, finds Jake Prowse. Jake Prowse hands forward to Peter Caldo again.
Ball comes to a standstill on the ground.
Strong
Picked
tackle.
up. Strong tackle. Another good tackle.
Absolutely. It's very contested out there. We've got a whistle from off the ball. It appears to be going Banks' way for a push in the back. Looks like it's going the way of Chris Pick.
Chris Pick, I believe, yep.
Veteran for the club.
He goes long.
Oh, strong grab there. That's Ethan Smith. He's been rock solid at the back. He pushes it out wide, and kick coming outside finds Connor Mile in the centre. Looks like a few Pilots jumpers there, so they're going to work the ball forward, and Sam Gibson puts a deep ball looking for Ned McConnell. A lot of space here, and Ned's got a bit of speed. He taps it forward to his own advantage. One-on-one here with Nick 12 Trees.
Trees has used his body well.
Used his strength and his size to outmuscle Ned McConnell, and that's a good 50-50 concept, resulting in the ball going out of bounds, and we should have a no. Trees wins a free kick.
Not sure what that was. It can't have been deliberate.
I wouldn't think so.
And he goes down the line to Hamlin.
Jimmy Marshall with a strong contest, and that's punched over the line.
What's that?
Ball's thrown in. Lorraine doing the ruck work.
Brent Kern with a strong tackle, and that ball is locked in. Not sure if that was Vic or Ogilvy Mitchell. They got the same haircut. That's Vic.
Craig Watson, I believe. Oh, Vic. Yeah, it is Vic. And Trees grabs it out of the ruck, hacks it forward. We'll need a lucky bounce.
Jake Prowse gets first of the ball, gets hands out the back to Tommy Mitchell, who just throws it on the boot and gets it forward. Strong contest from Liam Page, and it results in the ball dropping forward to Peter Caldo, who gets her hands to it and just thumps it towards the line. It won't quite get there.
Bond last now with the ball, hands it over to Trees.
And that's out of bounds.
Takes it over the boundary line. And we'll have a throw in from the boundary. So we're just ticking towards 5 minutes left again. It's 15-point margin. It's not over yet, but they need a goal probably in the next minute.
Ball drops a little short for the contest.
St. Jack, ball comes to Pemberton now.
And he's called for holding the ball. Tackled by Lachlan King. He looks to slow place this. He's suggesting that he's going to go for goal here. Shane Williams coming from behind. He's got a long boot, but he's pulled that one to the left and very left, and that's out of bounds on the full.
Interesting handoff there. You don't usually give the hands off and have your player run back through your line, but that's what he's done there. Nearly worked out for him, but it's just a bit errant.
Desperately looking for that right boot. And
no good on his left, is he?
No, but the right does go a long way.
Shaper gets it out. I think it's to Luke Tyrrell there. Takes 2 bounces. Stops, kicks forward. Finds Ogilvy Mitchell. Needs to use his big booming boot here. Willie. He does. Goes across ground to Craig Watson.
Good marking contest here, and the ball spilled forward. It's pushed back to Shane Williams, who just throws it on the left. Apparently he has got one. And that goes straight to the contest.
Bond uses Trees.
Good pressure from Peter
He'll use
Caldo.
Vic. Gee, good pressure, great pressure from Pints. Great work from Banks to work it out of there. Go out to Tyler Vic now. He's got Nathan Roach if he turns quick. He does, but he's not looking in the right direction. Probably missed it, so he keeps looking. He now goes inboard, finds St. Jack alone, takes the mark. He looks forward as well.
Goes to the contest. Liam Ogilvy Mitchell rock solid there, and goes out wide.
Luke Tyrrell, he'll run onto it.
Oh, can I go for water?
Takes a bounce. Now he goes forward.
finds a target, but drop mark, and that looks like it's a good tackle either way. Pints got numbers out there, so if it spills out, it'll be that way, but it looks like it's gone over the line, and it'll be a ball up on the far wing. Dragged down from over the shoulder there.
Free kick going Banks' way. They need to move quickly.
He's looking to square it up. Oh, that was nearly contested by Joe Smith, who's hurt himself going for that mark. Going for that intercept. Oh.
Finds Mills Horn, doesn't take the mark, but he plays on quick. Goes inboard to Pemberton. He's running onto it. Picks it up, hands it back to Mills Horn. Can't take it cleanly. And Pints, some heavy bodies going in there.
Called Tom Mitchell for holding the ball there. Hang on.
Umpire's going for his pocket. And he's sent another player to the boundary line.
So that should be a reversal of the free kick, so we should see this ball going Pints' way.
Keegan Lee Mills Horn given a yellow card, so he'll miss the rest of the game.
A long ball looking for Jimmy Marshall, Brent Kern, who misses the mark but shanks it off the boot perfectly to Liam Page somehow. He's going to take his time here because Pints haven't got many jumpers forward of the ball. He sends a deep ball to the top of 50 looking for Lachlan King, who's put on a good contest with the outnumber, and that is Ned McConnell. Ned McConnell with a snap towards goal. And he's pulled it to the left, and that's behind for Pint Football Club.
Extends the margin out now to a 16-point lead. It's 2 goals, 5-17. Banks trailing Pints, 5 goals, 3-33. Just over a minute left in this one, and unfortunately for my boys in blue and white, Liam, I think it's almost all said and done.
Yeah, just on a minute to go here, and I think it's looking pretty safe at this point. Pints have done very well not to concede a goal at all in the second half. Banks have certainly brought the pressure and certainly had their opportunities, but unfortunately haven't been able to find the middle. They've worked their way forward here, and there's a good one-on-one, but strong tackle by...
Gone for holding the ball.
Oh, no, Ogilvy Mitchell has been called for holding the ball. Holding the man. Sorry.
Gee whiz.
Holding the man. Yeah, tough call because that was a good 50-50 contest, but the umpire saw it that way. I believe that's Jake Prowse on the far side, who's... putting on phenomenal pressure this game and looks ready to seal it with just 29 seconds to go.
Not the easiest kick, but he will be, and he's just been given a 50-metre penalty.
Yeah, I think someone ran through the protected zone, or I'm not sure, but that will bring it to a close with 15 seconds to go.
And
Jake
he's
Prowse
been
is going to kick it.
given a yellow card as well.
That looks like Josh Bond last there.
I think it might be.
Well, we talked a little bit about discipline at the start, Will, and that's 4 cards.
A lot of 50-metre penalties as well.
It's been expensive today, and that's probably been what's broken the gap because it's been a really good contest and a very close game. It's really not a big score gap, low scoring, hard fought contest on both sides.
And so it's season over for Banks, for Pint. Your mob, they head off to the grand final next week against Jabiru. It'll be a great game and probably not the grand final people expected to see. But yeah, great season for both these sides, and unfortunately one of them had to go home tonight, and it's my boys in blue and white.
Good chance for Pints to go back-to-back here. They are the reigning premiers, so really good opportunity to go again. They'll be competing for the final in Div 1 and Div 2 men's, and really having a strong season. So hopefully we'll continue these wins and carry it on next week.
We'll leave it there. It's Pints who progressed to the grand final. In this preliminary final, they defeated Banks 6 goals 3, 39 to 2 goals 5, 17, a 22-point margin in the end. See you next time.